Hi everybody, welcome to Master the Move series. This is the roll-up. So whenever you're ready, we'll get started on our mats. You have hip distance the size of 2 fists between your feet and your knees. Your shoe size roughly, heels to glutes, and you can roll your back down onto the mat. Check in with your pelvis position, so imprint your spine onto the mat and then arch. Feel the difference between these two pelvic tilts, so back into the mat and then forward into an arch. And you find the center for a nice neutral pelvis position, a very subtle curve in the lower back. We want to make sure we're not flaring the rib cage, so think about the middle of your back, your lower ribs staying connected. So tailbone heavy, lower ribs heavy. Hands onto the rib cage. Inhale and open the ribs nice and wide. Exhale, draw the ribs in and down. Breathe into the back and side of your ribs. And exhale. Once more, that lateral breath. And exhale. Hands by the sides, slide your hands towards the end of the mat. Shoulders back, opening up your chest. Make sure the lower ribs are still down. Gentle chin nod without cramming your chin in towards your chest. You're aware of your big toes and your heels. We feel anchored and connected. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, find the front and the back of the pelvic floor. Like you're holding in wind, like you're holding in a drop of pee. Scoop your belly and trace up along your back and then knit your ribs in and down. So it's not about holding and squeezing, it's about creating this fluid movement with our breath. So we exhale, pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Inhale, open the ribs out. Exhale, find your pelvic floor, scoop your belly up along your back and knit your ribs in and down. Breathe in and open the ribs out. Exhale, gentle with the pelvic floor, scoop your belly tracing up along your back and knit your ribs in and down. So we feel how when we exhale, it reinforces that connection and like a corset around the center of our bodies. Take a breath in. With your exhale, switch on your core, pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Lift your right knee into tabletop. Breathe in. Switch on your core, nice and stable. Lift the left knee, knees and ankles together. Our brain picks up the center line of the body, our inner thighs, our glutes, our pelvic floor, our abs, our ribs. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest, rolling into an imprint. And then as you exhale, think about using the lower abs, scoop through the core and just bring your knees above your hips again. So inhale, we're using the lower abs, and exhale. So now we're feeling that imprint and back to neutral with the legs moving as well. Inhale and exhale. Just twice more. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale, nice and small, let yourself warm up slowly, and exhale. Squeeze the knees and ankles together. You're going to float the hands and reach the hands across the room. Scoop through the core, knit your ribs, knitting your ribs down towards your hips and the head, neck and shoulders lift, but our focus is here in the center. Stabilize and solidify the center, focus on the middle of the body, and then just gently lower down, hands by the sides, relax your neck. Float your hands and reach so the armpits draw down the sides of the body. Exhale, scoop the belly, knit the ribs. So all the work is in the abs, not in the neck. And then you can inhale to gently lower down. We got our setup, reach the arms. Exhale, and inhale. Twice more. We set our intentions with the muscles that we want to switch on, and then we lower down again. Switch on the core, come forward, and gently lower down. Crawl your hands down the mat, shoulders back, lower ribs down. Even holding the weight of the legs here, our core is working nice and deep around our spines. If you want, you can repeat the first exercise we did, knees in, and then you release the knees. If you're happy and it's comfortable for your back, we're going to peel the back and then lower nice and slow with control. Now lengthen the legs at a diagonal, squash the ankles together. Inhale and exhale. We have 5. Inhale and exhale. Neutral pelvis as you reach the legs. 4. Inhale, you roll through imprint, down through imprint, then to neutral using the core. 3. Inhale and exhale. 2. Last one, feeling that articulation through the lower back, and exhale. You can repeat that version again, or we're going to go a little bit bigger. Squash the knees and ankles together. Inhale to roll over, lengthen the legs, bend the knees again, and roll it back down. So we're going to inhale, exhale, Inhale and exhale. Inhale, knees in, you peel the spine. Exhale, lengthen the legs. Inhale, bend the knees and lower down. Exhale, reach the legs. So 4 breaths. This can be big or small, and you can leave out lengthening the legs if that suits you better. We're really just trying to fire up the core in these moves. Once more, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Bend your knees, open hip width apart, scoop through the core, lower the left foot down. Switch on your abs and lower the weight of the right leg down. Your feet are hip width apart. Float your hands and reach. Exhale, switch on the core, come forward into ab prep. Move your feet a little further down the mat so our focus goes down the mat. The weight comes out of the shoulders and everything is pushing towards the end of the mat. Lower ribs are down, tailbone is heavy, so we're not jamming into the mat. You have this neutral pelvis position. Keep perfectly still everywhere except the shoulder, and we inhale to reach the arms in line with the ears. Exhale, scoop your core, push the air down as if it's really heavy. It's going to help you switch on. Inhale, arms in line with the ears. Exhale, push it down, pull your heels towards you slightly, so dig into the mat. Inhale and exhale. We'll go for 5, but you come out of it anytime it doesn't feel right. 4. Remember, you breathe into the side of the ribs. 3, inhale and exhale. 2, inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Hands behind the head, just relax the neck and shoulders, relax it out of your upper back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch on the core, lift your right knee. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift the left knee. Inhale to lower. If you want, we can lift the body towards the knee and then lower the upper body down, but you don't have to. You could keep the upper body still in space. It's more advanced to lift and lower the upper body because we're definitely not pushing the head. We have a good grasp on that the core is lifting us, so you shorten the core and then you let it go. Scoop the belly against the back and then you let it go. So very little weight in the hands. Otherwise, you can just keep the upper body still and continue this march with the legs. So exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. 5. 4, not pushing on the head, you're scooping through the core, drawing the ribs towards the hips. 3, feel your tailbone, feel your lower ribs. We're connected through our setup. Quality movement, we're not sacrificing form for speed. 2, last one each side. Exhale, inhale, relax your shoulders. Exhale and inhale and lower it down so you can hug your knees in. For our roll up, it's really important that we have the core firing, so that will help to support our back through all of the articulation needed. And we're going to continue to lengthen the hamstrings before we attempt our roll up. So we want to feel strengthened and we want to feel nice and open for the movement. So we'll have a lot of stretching to do with the back line of the body, and we'll continue to articulate and roll so that our brain kind of gets into the habit of rolling and articulating, and it feels a little easier later rolling up just out of that pattern that we keep repeating. So whenever you're ready, we're going to roll forward. Let's get a little more length through the back of the legs. You can start with a bend in the knees if that suits you and do the same back movements. If it's comfortable, we lengthen the legs out, but it depends on how your back feels. So you want to be able to sit up tall without any pain in your back. So if you need to modify, please do, and you can bend the knees. Watch that we're not flaring the ribs. Sometimes we feel taller because we kind of accidentally bring our gaze up to the ceiling, but you keep nice and neutral. So anchor your hips down. Feel the front and the back of the pelvic floor, holding in P, holding in wind. Scoop your belly and trace up along your back. Knit your ribs in and down. So it might slightly adjust you. And maybe we're so hyper focused on not creating an extension in the back that we forget about drawing the ribs together. But get rid of that rib flare. Relax the shoulders. So we're going to inhale to the side of the ribs. With your exhale, scoop the belly, and we're reaching over a big imaginary ball. So we're not hinging here, we're scooping and rounding. Really anchor the legs down so you feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Flex the feet and push the heels forward. We're going really deep into the hamstrings. Inhale and reach. Exhale, roll and stack, relax the shoulders. Reach the arms up in line with the ears, circle it around, mobilize the shoulders, free up the chest. Exhale, scoop through the core, anchor the legs down and reach forward. Feel that rounding, that opposition of the belly pulling you back and you reaching forward. Inhale, stretch a little bit further. Exhale, roll and stack it tall through the spine, tall through the back of the head, and circle the arms around. Exhale, scoop the belly and dive forward. Inhale, reach a little further while the belly pushes you back. Exhale, roll and stack your spine as if there's a wall behind you. Then circle the arms around. Exhale, scoop through the core and reach. Anchor the legs down, pull the toes up. Inhale, stretch a little bit further. Exhale, roll and stack the spine. Relax the shoulders. Check on that rib flare and circle the arms around. We're really connected. We're really mindful. Anchor the hips down. Exhale, reach forward. Scoop it out like an ice cream scoop. Inhale, reach a bit further. Exhale, use your core, lower back, mid back, upper back. Relax the shoulders, circle the arms around. Once more. Exhale, scoop it out and reach. Pull back with the mid back, belly button through the spine. Inhale. Exhale, roll and stack. Relax the shoulders. And inhale, circle the arms around. And then you can let it go. So we're going to bend our knees again and bring our bum closer towards our heels. Hip width between the feet and the knees, so the size of your two fists. And then you can roll your back down onto the mat. Hands by the sides, shoulders back, lower ribs down, gentle chin nod. Take a breath into the side of your rib cage and with your exhale connect pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Take a breath in. With your exhale, the lower abs are really going to work here to help us to imprint. So instigate this movement through the lower abs and push your back into the mat. Here, we notice if we're pushing into one foot or the other or if there's any adjustments or compensations through the body. So go back, neutral. You're pressing into your big toes and your heels evenly. My right foot always tries to take over, and that translates into my hips and my shoulders. So I'm being really mindful of the lower body. So I know that I'm right-handed and my right foot is dominant. It might be different for you, so try and feel it yourself. So I'm going to focus on my left foot, and that will help me to balance out. Maybe it feels balanced already for you, and in that case, that's fine. So big toes and heels, scoop through the lower abs, and it helps you to imprint. Press into your feet evenly, reach your knees across the room, and start to peel your lower spine one vertebra at a time, mid back one link at a time, upper back, and you're going to reach your knees. Here, we make sure there's not too much of an arch in the back, so you tuck your tailbone, open up across the front of the hips, knees to hips to ribs to shoulders. So it feels like we're quite close to the mat, but our brain can get into our pelvic floor, abs, ribs, without squeezing, opening the front of the hips with that pelvis position. Press evenly into both feet. Take a breath in. Exhale. Keep reaching the knees and lower the upper back, mid back, lower back. Enjoy that stretch across the knees and then release back to neutral. Breathe in. Exhale. Instigate this, initiate this with the lower abs. Press into the feet and roll up lower back one link at a time, mid back one bone at a time, like a bicycle chain, one link at a time. And then we tuck our tailbone, reach the knees across the room. Take a breath in. With your exhale, start it with the lower abs. So you're really tucking the tailbone under. And you lower the upper back, one bone at a time, mid back, lower back, and gently release to neutral. Once more, breathe in. Exhale, use the lower abs. Press evenly through both feet. Just keep balancing out any adjustments, really mindful, really focused to the body, while also toning and getting some flexibility. Tuck the tailbone under, reach the knees across the room. So we really feel that stretch across the front of the knee, the front of the hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, use your core to lower down like a chain of beads, one bead at a time, nice and slow with control, nice and graceful, and you can relax it out. So roll your back into the mat and hug your knees in, rock your knees from side to side, and let your head out from side to side. We're trying to create as much movement through the spine as we can, as much space through the back muscles as we can, as much strength as we can through the glutes and the abs. It will help us to feel a lot freer when we roll up at the end of this class. You can open the arms out and roll all the way from one side to the other if that suits you, but you don't have to. You could keep it smaller and just hug the knees in, so whatever suits. Take a deep breath in. and out. One more breath here, and exhale. Come back to the center, hands behind the knees and roll forward, but if you need to use your hands to come forward, that's okay too. So we're going to go into a C curve. We're not going to progress it all the way to our roll up just yet, but it will help us to prepare. So hip width, the size of 2 fists between your feet and your knees, and instead of shoe size heels to glutes, you go a lot bigger. So your heels are a lot further away from your bum. So maybe the size of 2 shoes, 2.5 shoes. Give yourself some space and reach the arms in front. So sit up nice and tall, aware of your rib flare. And you can imagine someone's pulling on your fingers, pulling forward so it separates your shoulder blades. Now we do the opposite of that. You draw your shoulder blades together. Reaching forward, the separation of your shoulder blades are sliding apart. And then the opposite of that, you squeeze your shoulder blades together. So just become really aware of your shoulder blade on your rib cage, that gliding, sliding joint. And then we find the center for neutral. This will really help us later as well when we're setting up the upper body aspect of your roll up. Anchor down with the hips, but grow tall through the spine. Even just holding ourselves here, our postural fibers are kicking in, we are toning, so being nice and stable is just as important as practicing movements as well. So anchor your hips down, feel the front and the back of your pelvic floor, holding in P, holding in wind. Scoop your belly and trace up along your back and knit your ribs together. There'll be a slight adjustment towards neutral. You feel strong and tall. Reach up through the spine, through the back of the crown of the head. We already feel our core helping us to stay here, trying to find length while also staying still. Think about dragging your heels towards your bum slightly so we feel this recruitment through the back body as well. Take a breath in. Exhale, front of the body, through the back of the body. So see how this lifts. There's length through the front of the body, through the back of the body, and that helps me to tuck. So instead of this, we're actually quite long and supported. So let's feel that from the start and then we'll get right into it. Exhale, scoop through the core, knit the ribs. Front of the body is long against the back of the body, through the back of the body with the belly button, and you lower. It's okay if the legs slide with you, you just keep nice and stable. Take a breath into the side of the ribs. Exhale, scoop the core. It helps to lift you forward, and inhale to roll and stack. So when we really focus on what's happening here, it does feel like we're guided and supported through the exercise. So we should never feel like we're initiating with our shoulders. So take a breath in, not in these exercises. Exhale, scoop through the core. There's a tuck at the tailbone, but you're long and strong. So instead of this, we're like this. Feel it and roll down just as far as you're stable. Inhale to the side of the ribs. Exhale, scoop the core, come forward. Inhale, roll and stack and relax your shoulders. Exhale, long, tall, strong. Scoop the front of the body through the back of the body. Really feel the abs work. There's no speed. We're not worried about getting loads of reps in. Exhale to come forward. Inhale to roll and stack. Exhale, use your core. Feel the opposition of reaching forward while the belly button pushes you back. Length and strength together, coordination. Inhale, exhale, use your core to come forward. Really get into the abs. And inhale to roll and stack. We'll do one more. Exhale, scoop through the core and roll down. Inhale at your lowest point. That'll be different for everybody. Exhale, scoop through the core and come forward. Inhale, roll and stack and relax the shoulders. We're going to slightly deviate away from this articulation of up and down because we want to balance the body fully. So we're going to go into a little bit of rotation and then we'll get back on track with our articulation. So you can do these exercises sitting up tall, or you can follow me to doing these exercises in a C-curve position. Never force your back to do anything that doesn't feel right. So you can do these upright as well. So we're sitting tall. We're going to cross the arms over like a genie. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop through the core and roll down. Your head, neck and shoulders move together like a triangle. So feel this coming from the center of the body. We're going to exhale to the right. Both hips are stable. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Both hips are stable. Inhale to the center. And exhale, scoop up and over. Inhale, roll and stack. Can you be tall through the spine while relaxing the shoulders? Exhale, scoop the core and roll down. Take a breath in. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, roll and stack. Exhale, scoop and roll down. You choose how low, where you're supported. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. You need loads of length in the center, so this doesn't feel like it's working from your back. It feels like it's working from your core. To the left, to the center. Exhale, come up and over, and inhale to roll and stack. 2 more. Exhale, scoop the core and roll down. Inhale. Inhale and be stable. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, scoop your core, stretch your back, then roll and stack. Last one. Exhale, use your core and roll down. Inhale. Relax your shoulders. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale, scoop the core, come forward, and inhale to roll and stack. And relax it out of your shoulders. So let's lengthen the legs out and just come forward to stretch the back. You can hold behind the legs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, or the feet. So whatever suits you. You could lift your chest towards the knees for a bigger stretch, but never force anything here, especially as we're building up. We're kind of layering here, getting towards the bigger moves. So never push too far, too fast. We're just feeling where our body is at, and it'll depend on our morning and the rest of our day as well. Take a deep breath in and out. Whenever you're ready, you can roll and stack and relax it out of your shoulders. So we're going to come to a side lying position, because even though with roll up, we roll up and down, the sides of the body are still working, our internal or external oblique. We're still working through the back muscles. So we want balance and making sure that we've ignited the whole body. All the chains are linking up. That's going to help us to have a really smooth roll up and roll back down. So in side lying position, you can start whichever side you want, because we're going to do both sides. If you'd like to mirror me, I'm on my right side, so if that's less confusing. So I'm going to lie down flat. You could support your head if you needed, and it would be just a bit of a smaller move in the side. But I'm lying down flat and I'm going to float my legs. The hand is going to help me to balance. If it's really not happening, you could do this with one leg and bend the bottom leg, so if it's just way too wobbly. But we're putting the weight down into the hips, so it should feel a little more accessible, and the hand will help you to balance as well. Switch on through the core, relax your shoulders and lengthen the neck. So we're going to lift the left leg and lower, and you're stretching through both legs. That bottom leg keeps stretching as you lift and lower. We're working up into the side body. Exhale and inhale. 5. Exhale and inhale. 4. Imagine the air is really heavy and you're trudging through the air. 3. Stretch both legs. Exhale and inhale. 2. Relax the shoulders. Exhale and inhale. 1. Maybe you're just doing this with one leg and that's fine, but see how it feels with both legs and lower. We're really getting into the obliques. 5. You want this sense of stretching on the way down to release the side of the body. 4. Exhale and inhale. 3. It's really quite a small movement, so don't push it too far. 2. Exhale and inhale. 1. Now you're going to lower the legs down. We're going to reach the top arm up and the top leg up, and we're going to stretch towards the toes and then lower down. So this can be done with the bottom knee bent. Exhale and inhale. 5. Exhale and support your head as well if you want it to be smaller. 4. So do modify around the movements if you need. Exhale and inhale. 3. Exhale, stretch and inhale. 2. Last one. Exhale and inhale. So we've really gotten into the sides of the body, and you can lower the arm down. Again, we want to balance our hips, all of the muscles that we will be tapping into. Make sure we've balanced through the body. So we've one more exercise in this position. Bend the bottom knee, stretch the leg. You can support your head if you want to change position or stay lying down. Turn your knee slightly up to the ceiling and stretch the leg. Inhale up for half a circle, press into the bottom knee and exhale down. If the knee lifts, you've gone too big with the circle. Inhale and exhale. 5. Keep stretching the leg. Inhale and exhale. 4. The leg's trying to leave the hip. Inhale and exhale. 3. Keep the bottom knee down. Inhale and exhale. 2. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Reverse the direction and the breath. So exhale up and inhale down. 5. exhale, relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck. 4, keep stretching the leg, reach the toe towards the ceiling, towards the wall. 3, exhale and inhale. 2, last one, exhale and inhale, and you can lower the leg down. Let's do all of that on the second side, and take your time if you need, or if you want to pause the video and get set up, you can. Lie down flat or support your head. We're going to float the legs so you're really feeding the weight into the hips, so we feel the lower side of the body. Relax the shoulders, but again, if you really need to modify, you can. So stretch through the ankles, the legs are trying to leave the hips, and then you're pushing the weight of the legs down into the hips. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Exhale the top leg up, and inhale to lower. Keep stretching the bottom leg while you move the top leg. Also keep stretching the top leg, but just to help you feel like there's some anchorage with that bottom leg. It's not just kind of floating around in space. Exhale and inhale. 3 more. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Build it up slowly, our obliques do kick in fast. 1 more. Exhale and inhale. Now tie the ankles together and stretch through the legs. Exhale both legs up and inhale. Nice and small, nice and graceful. Connect the whole body. Exhale and inhale. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Exhale and inhale. We'll do 2 more. Exhale and inhale. 1 more. Exhale and inhale. You can lower the whole way down. Reach that top arm, find your balance. Bend the bottom knee if you need. Exhale, the top arm and the top leg come up, and inhale to lower. Exhale and inhale. 5, exhale and modify if you need. 4, exhale, stretch through the ankle, through the fingers, and inhale. 3, exhale and inhale. 2, relax the shoulders. Exhale and inhale. 1, the hand can support you. You can swap your head position if you need. Bend the bottom knee, stretch the leg, turn your knee up to the ceiling, relax the shoulders, lengthen the neck, press down into the hip. Inhale up for half a circle, exhale down. If the knee lifts, you've gone too big. 5, inhale and exhale, relax the shoulders. 4, inhale and exhale. 3, inhale and exhale. 2, keep stretching the leg and exhale. 1, reverse the direction. Exhale up this time and inhale down. Just for our coordination and to really keep our mind engaged. Inhale down. 4, exhale up. Stretch the leg, inhale down. 3, exhale and inhale. 2, last one. Exhale and inhale, and you can relax it down. So we're going to lengthen the legs out and roll over onto our bellies. Anytime we're flowing a bit too much, feel free to pause the video, take a breath and come back. We're really going to be focusing on the opposite of this position. So we'll go from this prone position to a supine position and work through a sagittal plane of movement. So we're going to kind of create loads of space through the front of the body here. So that's going to be our goal, because we're going to flip that. So it'll help to balance the body and also help us to access the muscles. So we're going to kind of flood all of this area with loads of blood, loads of length, loads of oxygen now. And we'll feel so much stronger when we try to roll up. So if you are struggling with a certain move, we think about everything around that move that's going to balance it. Because maybe there's a bit of tightness preventing the move rather than a strength issue, or vice versa. So we kind of think about all the moves around it. So you don't want to squat forever to improve your squat. You want to do mobility exercises and make sure your form is correct, and you need a strong core to keep your form correct. So we kind of look at these moves like that as well. So we balance everything out. Shoulders down, down away from the ears. Make sure you're not cramming the elbows in by the ribs. Spread the fingers wide and reach through the legs. Reach through your toes, ankles, knees and hips, and relax your shoulders. Energy is reaching forward through the crown of the head, and you keep reaching back through the legs. Tuck the tailbone, press into the front of the legs, relax your shoulders. Inhale to peel the upper body. It's up to you if the elbows stay down or if you peel higher. Exhale, lower as the legs lift. Inhale to peel. It's up to you if the arms straighten but the shoulders stay down. Exhale, lower as the legs lift. Inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. As you lower, you're aware of this gentle tuck of the tailbone. So instead of this, we're here. Inhale and exhale. 5. Try with the feet together. Further apart if that annoys your back. 4. Inhale and exhale. 3. 2. Get as much space into the front of the body as possible. And out. 1. Lower it down. You can repeat that if you like, or we're going to bring the hands a little bit further down. This will mean we extend the back more. If that doesn't suit your back, you bring the hands further forward. Shoulders down your back. Inhale to peel, shoulders down. Exhale, lower as the legs lift. So we rock a bit more. Never forcing the back. If anything feels compressed here, you don't push up as high. Maybe you don't lift the legs as high, and maybe you slide the hands further forward. So adjust if you need. Feel this being the opposite of our roll-up position. So feel this boomerang shape in the back. Lift up through the neck, through the crown of the head. Exhale to lower. 2 more. 1 more. And when you're ready, gently lower down. We're going to take hold of our toes. This might be enough for some of us. Maybe you want to do one leg at a time, so it just depends on how your knees are feeling. Some of us can come towards the front of the ankles. So again, it's up to you. Maybe this is enough and you stay here. Otherwise, if it's comfortable, there's absolutely no compression in the back. We never force our vertebrae, our discs. We're aware of if there's an issue there that we don't go further than here. But if it's totally fine, there's loads of flexibility there, and you want to try it and there's no pain, we come up here. So you lift up through the legs. We're not trying to get our head back towards our feet. We're just opening our chest. So feel the legs pressing against the hands. So we're not doing rocking, which is a Pilates move. We're just opening the front of the body. As you breathe, you're going to rock a little bit, but it's not our goal to rock a lot. Open up the front of the hips. Open up the chest. This is the opposite of the position that we're about to spend the most time in. So we really encourage this position. We really invite it into the body. We've balanced it now through articulation, through the side body, through rotation, through ab work. Take a breath in and out, and you can slowly lower it down. So we feel nice and open with the front of the body. Press back onto all fours. Just do a cat-cow stretch, just helping our spine to come back into a more neutral alignment, away from that extension. Just our mind-body connection more than anything. And then when you're ready, you can go to one side with the legs or cross your ankles over and come through. So let's start with our C-curve. We'll progress it to a half roll down. We'll do roll down with modifications, and then we'll finish strong with a bunch of roll downs. So we've touched on C-curve already, because the whole point of this class has been to prepare the body for our roll down. So hip width, the size of 2 fists between your feet and your knees. Make sure that the feet are parallel. So instead of 1 shoe size, we have 2 or 3. There's a lot of space between your heels and your bum, just somewhere where the toes are able to stay down. So you'll have to adjust that a little bit for yourself. Reach the arms in front. Remember, we did our shoulder setup, so we're in neutral. Anchor the hips down and grow tall through the spine. Pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Soften the elbows like you're holding onto or hugging a ball. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop through the core. Dig your heels in towards you and lower down. You choose how low. Inhale at your lowest point. Exhale, scoop the belly so we get length in the center. Come forward. Inhale, roll and stack. 5. Exhale, scoop the core and roll down. Dig the heels in. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop the core. Inhale, roll and stack. 4. Exhale, use your core. Imagine your feet are stuck in cement here. Inhale. Exhale, use your belly. That's going to relax your neck and roll and stack. 2 more. Exhale, scoop through the center, front of the body, through the back of the body. Inhale, side of the ribs. Exhale, scoop out the center again. Feel the abs burning and roll and stack. 1 more. Exhale, reach forward while the belly pushes you back. Enjoy that opposition. Connect the body. And roll and stack. So go further if you want to. Maybe that's as far as you go today, because you want to repeat this class a few times before getting into roll down, and that's fine. But I do encourage you to see how the roll down goes. You might surprise yourself. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop through the core and roll down. There's length in the center, lower back, mid back, upper back. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, scoop the core first. Roll your back into the mat. Hands go in front. You start to peel, chin in towards the chest, knitting your ribs, towards the hips. Come forward. Inhale, roll and stack. Exhale, use the core. Stay as long as possible. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, arms go first. Head, neck and shoulders come through ab prep. Pubic bone up towards the breastbone. Curl and peel and roll and stack. 3 more. Exhale, scoop through the core, knit the ribs. Lower back, 1 vertebra at a time. Mid back, get your brain into your spine and feel the difference between each link. Inhale. Exhale, use your core and roll up. Scoop out the center. Come forward, so we're in the abs, and roll and stack. We'll do just once more here. Take a breath in. Exhale, dig the heels in. Scoop through the core, knit the ribs. Front of the body through the back of the body. Reach forward at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the core. Weight of the arms, the head, the neck are all supported through that ab work. And roll and stack. Circle the arms out. Interlock the fingers, stretch and open. So always balance it out. And we're going to go a little bit further. So you can continue with that version if that suits you, or lengthen the legs, ankles together, point the toes, anchor the legs down. So imagine there's straps here securing you to the ground, or you're stuck in cement. The legs may slide with you a little, and that's okay, as long as you keep that work through the core, that strength through the core. So nice and tall, hips are anchored, scoop through the center, knit the ribs, relax the shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop through the core, knit the ribs, reach forward while the belly button pushes you back. Tailbone is stuck to the mat, even if the legs slide a little. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, scoop through the core. Hands go first, head, neck and shoulders follow, and you roll up. Some of us, we may hold the side of the legs to come forward, but you keep scooping out. So when you hold the side of the legs, make sure you don't let go. Can you see the difference here? So you scoop and come forward, and then roll and stack and relax your shoulders. Exhale, scoop out the center, lower back, strong center, mid back, upper back. Inhale to reach. You don't feel this in the neck, so question it. Go back to your setup if you need. Exhale, scoop through the core and come forward. Use your core, lifting up and over a big imaginary ball. Anchor the legs down and go for a stretch. Inhale to roll and stack and relax your shoulders. Exhale, scoop through the core, knit the ribs and roll down. It's the same amount of strength on the way down as the way up. So our firing sequence alters, so the line of pull alters. But if you see here, this is the same amount of stability we want through the core. Sometimes it's a psychological barrier. Coming back up, we jolt and push up. But if you want to practice rolling down with control, you feel the abs in control, then you can help yourself up and do it again. You'll get the strength you need to come up nice and smooth. So we don't want to be pushing through momentum. So here's a way we can practice. So help yourself up. And roll up and roll down. They're sneaky exercises because it doesn't burn as fast as the start of the class, as the crunching exercises that we do, but you really feel it the next day because we're really focusing through that whole length of our abdominal area. So trust the process. So we really work the abs, and a lot of us will feel it burning right now as well. So let's bend the knees and just go over a little prep before our big one. So you've hip width, shoe size, heels to glutes, and you can roll your back down. Reach the arms in line with the ears. Here, you want to make sure that this doesn't happen, because we'll end up firing our neck and our back to come up and disconnecting from the core as we flare the rib cage. So pelvic floor, abs, ribs, lower ribs are down. Then we get this like elastic feeling underneath the armpits. Some of us will get to the floor, but not everybody. So my shoulders actually hyperextend in areas, so it's easier for me to get there, but it doesn't mean it's better than someone who can't get there. So I'm trying to control that and strengthen that to avoid injury. And some of you at home, are trying to get a bit more flexibility to avoid injury. So in line with the ears is a good place to aim for. And you feel this little area of bind in the armpit. And then we check in with the rib cage. That's really going to help us to use the upper abs. Draw in and down, scoop through the core. Weight of the arms goes forward, and we can really feel it on the arms here. Try for yourself. Scoop through the center, knit the ribs. With that awareness of our shoulder weight and position, see how much just moving the arms tones the abs. So the arms go first, head, neck and shoulders follow. Then you can start to imprint and roll. So let's practice that again. Roll down. Lower ribs down, tailbone heavy. Inhale to reach, and we're really aware of the upper body position. Exhale, arms go first. That's working the core. Solidify that core work. Reignite that core work and come up with the rest of the body, head, neck and shoulders, and you can lower down. So that's a little practice rolling up and down and a lot of detail with the upper body. When you're ready, lie down flat, go for a stretch as if you've just woken up. So reach through the arms, reach through the legs. Now, knit the legs together. Stick your bum down into cement. Anchor the legs down. So strap the legs down to the floor. Use your imagination. Think about what's not moving. So your tailbone is going to stay completely solid against the ground. You can move in towards imprint as we roll up. The lower ribs stay down throughout. Inhale to reach the arms in line with the ears, lower ribs are down. Exhale, switch on the legs, use your inner thighs and your glutes, hands go forward. Chin in towards the chest, you follow the arms. Think about your pubic bone coming towards your breastbone and roll up. So see how we don't need momentum. Reach forward, anchor the legs down. Inhale to roll and stack and relax the shoulders. Exhale, scoop through the core, knit the ribs. Belly button pushes you back as you reach forward. You feel that opposition. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Clue into all of that technique we have for the upper body. Lower ribs down, tailbone heavy, arms in line with the ears. Inhale, side of the ribs. Exhale, scoop through the core. Weight of the arms first. Reignite the core, come up, head, neck and shoulders follow. Reach as far forward as you can and then roll and stack. Once more like this. Exhale, scoop through the core. The lower abs help to initiate that tuck of the tailbone. Push the upper body through the back of the body. Push the front of the body through the back of the body. Lower ribs down, inhale to reach. Exhale, feel the weight of the arms, head, neck and shoulders follow, scoop through the core and roll up. Anchor the legs down as you reach. Inhale to roll and stack and relax your shoulders. You can pause the video and practice that as many times as you want if you've just kind of clicked into it and you feel smooth and controlled, strong and open. That's great. Let's go for the classical Pilates version. So in the classical Pilates version, we do all of those 4 breaths in 2 breaths. So we have a long inhale to roll back and then an exhale forward, and we stay in our C shape. So we create our C shape, reaching forwards and the belly button pushing you back. You inhale to the back and side of the ribs and exhale to roll up. 5, inhale, anchor the legs down. Take more breaths if you need. Exhale. 4, relax the shoulders, use the core. Inhale to the side of the ribs, lower ribs down, stretch the arms. Exhale, scoop through the core and come forward. Relax the neck, use your core. 3, inhale to lower down, tailbone is heavy, and reach. Sorry, I've slid up my mat a bit. Exhale, scoop through the core and roll forward. 2, last one. Inhale to lower down with control, lower ribs down as you reach. Exhale, scoop through the core and come forward, anchor the legs down. Let's stay here in this nice spine stretch. You can just make it smaller if you like. Hands behind the knees, the calves, the ankles or the feet, whatever suits you better. You're going to relax your shoulders down your back and lift your chest up. Lift your chin up. So let that length into the front of the neck. Now curl. Shoulders back, almost squashing the shoulder blades together. Thread your chest through, lift your chin up. It's okay, by the way, if the knees are bent here. And then scoop the core and round, stretch it out of the upper back. Elbows towards you, shoulder blades together. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale and round. And when you're ready, you can roll and stack and relax your shoulders. Cross the ankles over, interlock the fingers, open up the front of the body. So just make sure we always balance the body before we finish. And then we can round. Come on to all 4s. Take a moment if you are going to one side or cross the ankles over like I did. Push the floor away for your cat-cow stretch. Really lift the chin. And then tuck your tailbone, lift the shoulders up, let the head hang. Opposite of that, drop the belly button down. Let the shoulder blades come together, lift the chin. Once more around the back. And let it go. Perfect. And we're done. Thank you so much for joining me for our roll-up class. I hope you feel amazing, nice and strong and fluid with the movement. Maybe you have to repeat the class 2 or 3 times before achieving that nice smooth roll-up. There's so many factors that come into it: how you slept, how you've eaten or didn't eat, how much other activities you've done or inactivity. So do be gentle on yourself and just enjoy the process. Yeah, I hope you love this class. Repeat it even if you did a perfect roll-up, get the most out of it. And I'll see you for the next class. Thanks everybody.